Rolling tin fist.
Hey man, how you doing? Hope you're handling your business and going your own way, in your own way. So, the shit women say. So, my wife, I just came back from my second trip to South America, and I haven't seen her in a couple of weeks. So, I'm in the room and walking around, chit-chatting before dinner. And she's like, basically, man, look at your stomach. What happened? You look like a pregnant whale. I've never seen you have a stomach so big. And I was just looking at her like, okay. Now, little full disclosure. Before I traveled over the last 2 weeks, I was sick for about 5 weeks off and on, so couldn't do any exercise. Didn't really do any exercise while I was away. So, yes, I do have a little bit of a belly from my usually nice fit self. Notwithstanding, my wife, I can count the number of times she's actually done exercise in our entire marriage, like one for each year, one finger for each year. Probably she's done exercise. Okay, now this is an attractive woman, right? That if she even looked at the gym once a week, boom. I mean, it would be like the one time she really was committed to working out, she dropped like 10 pounds in like a week and a half. I mean, it's the kind of person that actually, if they start working out and even trying to eat right, great results. But she has no interest in that. Like a lot of women, once they get married, they got the house, whatever, they just let it all go because they're mission accomplished. So, knowing all this, I stopped a long time ago trying to say, hey, why don't you work out? Why don't you? No. A woman who's smart enough, knows enough, that's her unique selling point, how she looks physically, her attractiveness. Especially if you're older, you need to even be putting extra effort into that department. And no man should have to tell you that if you haven't figured it out. Okay? Because one of two things are going to happen. If your man is adamant enough, he'll either get a replacement for you, or if he's really old school, you're going to be asked out of the relationship. Most guys just say, look, ain't much I can do. It is what it is. I'm either going to do a lot of fapping, get a mistress, whatever. Or just, learn to live with it. In my case, luckily for me, my wife is pretty attractive, right? And she's not morbidly obese, She's someone who basically needs to lose about 10 pounds. So it's not the end of the world, right? But I just wanted to exercise for health reasons. I mean, forget the looking super hot, just for health reasons. So why do I bring this up? Now, what happens is, she said, when I brought up the fact that, wow, you said something pretty cold-blooded to me right now, given the way you look, right? Compared to me and how often each of us exercises, right? And I was expecting, don't ask me why, some revelation like, you know what, wow, you called me out. That was kind of cruel of me, notwithstanding. And she kind of looked at me and like, and I told her, the pot calling the kettle black, blank stare. And I was like, finally I had to spit it out like, look, you got a much worse BMI, body mass index ratio than I do, right? I exercise infinitely more than you do, right? Eating habits, everything. Okay, I'm actually healthier than you, despite my little, middle-aged belly. And so she goes, well, you're a man. And I was just like, okay, let me get this straight. You can look like a slob, but I'm supposed to be like, have a six-pack at my age, because I'm a man. And I was like, no, that's not the way it works, right? It just makes good sense to take care of yourself. Even outside of appearances, it just makes sense. What I didn't go into was the fact that I typically is my response to her when she has these moments of of clarity. I typically will say something like this. I was in a good mood, so I didn't bring it up. And typically what I say to this, and all women who bring this up, is that, look, my job as a man, like what makes me hot and sexy, is not my damn abs, okay? It's not how much hair I have on my head. It's my bank account, okay? That's why you're here with me. That's why your friends who know you're married to me will even try to get something on the slide. That's why when I travel, women see that big old ring on my finger, and to them it's almost like a magnet, right? Because once they get a sense of what I do for work, and they even smell that I can support a women and children, that's what they need to know. And so I explained to her further that as a woman, your unique selling value is your appearance, right? So it's actually more important for you to not have a belly, to not be obese, to have your hair did, as we say in the hood, your hair did, and looking all nice, than it is for me. You know, I can afford to be a 6, okay? As long as I have that bank. Now, the second I don't have that bank, it doesn't matter how nice I look. At least to younger women. An older woman with her own money, you know, then I'd have to look really nice. But all that notwithstanding, doesn't matter if I look that good, as long as I'm paid. And that is a fundamental truth, especially in today's relationships. But anyway, that's just some junk I wanted to share with you guys. Peace.